Hey everybody, it's me fregrowli here. We're not in any tent this time. I actually wanted to take a look and go through my nutrient lineup that I've been running over the last several months here, and plan to continue to the coming months as well. Basically, the overall look of it is the General Organics GoBox. These smaller containers are from the GoBox itself, and the larger ones, as you can see, the 5 here lined up, they've all been purchased separately because I've ran out of those ones, or almost ran out of some of them. So it's pretty much the entire lineup. I'm actually going to grab the feeding schedule here that came with it, just so for reference here. I pretty much follow the schedule that they provide. I generally veg longer than 3 weeks, although there's a footnote about extending your veg growth basically and what nutrients to use. So you guys can go ahead and look it up online, of course. I don't know how well this is gonna show up on the camera here, but this is the feeding schedule itself. As you can see, the BioThrive, Grow, and Bloom, those are your 2 base nutrients. Obviously, you only use 1 through veg and 1 through flower. CalMag, which is pretty standard. BioRoot, which is your basically a root zone supplement to grow faster and bigger root masses. The BioWeed, which is for vitality, which I've actually I go on the lower end, so pretty much maximum of 2.5 milliliters per gallon. It recommends 2.5 to 5, but I go on the low end of that. The BioBud, which is generally it's pretty hot, but it's also 2.5 milliliters per gallon. And then the BioMarine and Diamond Black, those are both optional, but I do use them. I use them both. So in addition to all of those supplements, I also add in flour. Oops, let's get back in focus here. So in flour, I add pretty much the last half of flour. I use this molasses. It's unsulfured molasses. It's basically just a sweetener. There's a lot of nutrient lineups that include sweeteners. I don't really think that there is one in the General Organics GoBox. So I just use molasses. It's just a simple giant container from Gordon Food Services. It's relatively cheap. It's going to last a long time. I went through a smaller container in like one harvest, like 4 plants or something like that, and it was expensive from a grocery store. So just go to one of your bulk food stores. I'm sure like Sam's Club or Costco or something like that will have it too. So that's definitely a nice cheap sweetener. The only thing you have to worry about that is your basically gnats, fungus gnats. They love that shit, so careful with that. Make sure you pull up the traps if you need to. And then the final additive I use is Bud Swell Bat Guano from the Guano Company. This stuff I found out originally, heard about it from Metacropper on YouTube. Basically it's just bad shit, which is, I don't know if it's them. I don't know, I read it somewhere. Someone's tagline is like, bad shit or bad guano. It's, nature's gift for plants or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it works great. It's very common organic fertilizer. Just a brand, I guess, I happen to pick up. I'm sure there's all sorts of other ones out there, and similar products that work just as good. But $40 a gallon at full price. I don't pay full retail for any of my nutrients, but they're I don't know, pretty fairly priced. I think the GoBox is like $35 to $40 on Amazon, so there's really and that's free shipping at that point too. So there's really no reason people can't afford nutrients. If you can't afford a decent lineup of nutrients, you can't afford to grow, guys. Come on, $35, $40 out the door. And you've seen what it can produce if you've been watching my channel. So let's just go through these really quickly. Here's BioMarine. I start that in veg, and pretty much right off the bat and go all the way through to flush. I stop at flush. So that's Biomarine, just a brown liquid. Sorry how gross some of these are. Some of these just smell so bad, guys. Some of the synthetic nutrients don't really have a smell at all to them. Probably most of the ones I've worked with anyway, but holy smokes, guys, I mean, it's just, I don't know, I can't describe a smell over a video, so you just need to try it out for yourself, I guess. And it's only some of them, it's not all of them, but definitely pretty pungent stuff here. Bioweed, this is cold processed seaweed. This is the one I told you I use very minimal amounts of, about 2 to 2.5 milliliters per gallon. BioThrive, this is the veg version. So the Npk ratios, as you can see, are 4:3:3. So 4 nitrogen, 3 phosphorus, 3 potassium. That's, I don't know, just your base nutrient, I guess. I already ran out of the flower one, so I had to get this guy, but this is the flowering version of Bloom. So it's 2:4:4 versus the 4:3:3. So obviously reduction in nitrogen and an increase in the other two, which are used for flowering. I'm almost out of the bio root here. There's probably enough for maybe one feeding, if that. So I've got the backup here, but this stuff is pretty good. With how I transplant, how fast I transplant, it's nice to have that additive. BioBud, just kind of gross looking. This is their Bloom Booster. It is, I think it's been discontinued actually by General Organics, so I still see it in stores. You can find it on Amazon, but I've seen a lot of notes about it being discontinued, so I'm not sure what the deal's with that. I haven't really looked into it that much because it doesn't seem to be too hard to find at this point. So if all else fails, you know, I've got the Budswell back guano, so that can be my replacement. CalMag here, or CAMG Plus as they call it, I guess. That is, you know, it's basically just your, well, does your plant look like it has a calcium or magnesium deficiency? Like, those are two of the most common ones and very easy to spot. Or is it looking, you know, sort of yellow and maybe flower, and you know, you're not going light on the nutrients and it's not a super heavy feeder? Well, you know, throw some CalMag in there, a little bit of extra CalMag, and it just kind of overall keeps the plants rather healthy. So that's CalMag. It's one of the ones I use probably most of. Diamond Black, almost out of this guy. Found this on sale, so I just bought it a while back. It's just your liquid humic acids. Great for, you know, the just the overall structure and health of your plants. You know, it doesn't they don't recommend a lot of it, but I use it past the first 2 weeks. So as you go 3, maybe 4 weeks. But I also don't start, you know, week 1, like, well, let's pull this back up. So week 1 seedlings, this is seedling. I don't feed in week 1. I use Fox Farms Ocean Forest soil directly with my seedlings and clones, so I don't feed for a couple weeks. You know, so I usually go maybe 3 to 4 weeks of veg nutrients, but really they're vegging for 6 to 8 weeks or so. So yeah, that's that. What else is there? Well, that's really, I guess that's really all the nutrients, guys. I mean, just the molasses and the Budswell back guano, that's about it. Now, I've often bought distilled water to feed with because of its, well, near, if not exactly, 0 parts per million, versus, you know, dechlorinated tap water is going to have a bit of more, you know, salts and stuff in the, or dissolved salts and solids in the water. So what I do here is, as you can see, I've hooked up basically a hose to the plumbing, and that allows me to, you know, fill water in the gallons of old distilled water. So these just used to be distilled water gallons. Obviously, they're just dechlorinated tap water at this point. So basically, I just measured out to 1 gallon and 2.5 gallons. That's the reason for the different sizes there. Wow, super bright. Sorry about that. Nothing special about that though, just water. What else? I think that's about it. I would like to put a reservoir in, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet because I don't have like a whole lot of plants, guys. I don't have a giant garden, you know, where I need a 50-gallon reservoir or a 100-gallon reservoir. You know, I don't need an automatic watering system or anything like that. I hand water all my plants. but it would be nice to have maybe like a 5-gallon bucket that's like set up higher, and then just have a drain on it, so I can have, you know, 5 gallons of water dechlorinating at a time versus having, well, I guess I have 7 gallons here between all this, but you know, having different, like having to fill it up each time. I'd rather just be able to mark it on the bucket itself, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and so on, and then just once I see it drain out a gallon or 3 gallons or however much I need into my hand watering can with my nutrient solution, then it's just good to go. So it's just I just would like to build a reservoir to have a larger volume of water. So I guess, yeah, a 5-gallon bucket wouldn't work. I'd probably need something bigger, maybe like a 10-gallon tote or something. We'll see. I don't know. Be sure to stay tuned for that. But that's about it. Please let me know if you have any questions about my nutrients, or why I use them, why I chose what I did, or any specific questions about any of them. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Find me on Instagram and MacLeod on Reddit, and of course the Dink Den. And until next time, guys, good luck and grow big.